Okay, hi everybody, it's me, Bonkai922 yet again, and my series reviews continue. Um, I saw The Walk, pretty good movie, pretty good, pretty good. This is gonna be my review for my everyday life with Monster Girls. Now, this series, I have to say, is very interesting and very strange. Um, Summary-wise, this is how it goes. 3 years ago, the world learned that harpies, centaurs, catgirls, and all manners of fabulous creatures are not merely fiction, they are flesh and blood, not to mention scale, feather, horn, and fang. Thanks to the cultural exchange between species act, these once mythical creatures have assimilated into society, or at least they're trying. When a hapless human teenager named Kurusu Kimihito is introduced as a volunteer into the government exchange program, his world is turned upside down. A snake-like Lamia named Mia comes to live with him, and it is Kurisu's job to take care of her and make her sure she integrates into his everyday life. Fortunately for Kurisu, Mia is undoubtedly sexy, and the law against interspecies breeding is very strict. Even worse, when a ravishing centaur girl and a flirtatious harpy move in, what should a teenage human with raging hormones do? So that's the whole bit of it. Now, obviously, this series is seinen, ecchi, fantasy, harem, romance, school. I don't know why school in there, and comedy. Overall, this series was fucking amazing. I'm actually very surprised. Between the fact, you see, he's the thing about this guy Kurusu is it's not just Mia who shows up or the Centauria. You got a harpy named Pappy. Then you have a slime girl named Sue. Then you have this mermaid. Then you have an arachnid woman. And then, wait, is that all of them? I'm trying to think. Let me look. Let me see if that's all of them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all of them. Not to mention another one who shows up in like the very towards the last episode, which I'm not going to spoil. But um, this was a funny show. It was pretty goddamn funny, and there was a lot of. I mean, this is a seinen, and for good reason because there's a lot of boob grabbing and everything in between. Not to mention, there's also the other girls, monster girls that show up, which is part of Smith-san, who's is part of this organization who runs the exchange of interspecies and everything. She has her own group of monster girls, and their job is basically to solve. They're like an assault team that goes in and solves species that have run amok. And her group is comprised of a cyclops, a zombie, a doppelganger, and an oni. An oni essentially is a demon kind of creature with a single horn on their head, and it's a female, and she's tall as fuck, like seriously. But I have that group too. So, but overall, my everyday life with Monster Girls, I have to say, is pretty goddamn funny. It has some pretty damn good moments, and I do recommend checking it out. Rating wise, I won't jump the gun and say a 10. like I did with Umaru-chan, but I do definitely think it deserves a look. 8.5 out of 10. 8.5. Because remember, it ends on a sort of, not really a cliffhanger, but it leaves you saying, oh, there's more to come. You know, there's more to come. There's more um, hijinks with this guy and his monster girls. And it's just so funny because all of them, from the waist up, are pretty damn good to look at. Even the recent one though that was introduced, I don't know about that. Mm, she's just weird looking and stuff, and I don't know if you would. But I will say this: favorite is probably Sue is definitely one of my favorites. The slime girl. Not to mention she could change her body type, so that's a plus. But her, I definitely like the mermaid. She's very funny. She has this whole notion. She loves tragedies. It's just so funny seeing her go on and on about tragedies and saying, "Oh, I'll be part of a harem," and the tragic. She'd be like the tragic lover who's then gets pushed aside, like in the most. Excuse me. In the last episode, it was a funny scene with her and I mean, yeah, what's his face, and it was just goddamn right funny. But overall rating, I would say 8.5 out of 10. It's definitely something that's worth watching because it's funny. There's some sexual innuendos. You get the gist. It was done very well. Um, I definitely highly recommend to people go see it. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. And I don't even want to spoil everything, but I just want to let you know who's there and whatnot. But it's just a lot of boob grabbing. That's what I found. A lot of boobs grabbed, um, and things just going out of whoa, just completely out of control. Um, but it was definitely a good series to watch, and well, this was one of those series I wasn't going to check out, and I did. I'm glad I did. I really did. I really do. And Mia is amazing too. I mean, she's a snake, but she's so hard attached to her darling, and stuff. And the last episode really hit home. I find it was pretty emotional, which was a good change of pace. So, and I definitely hope there's a season two. It looks like there's going to be a season two. There's no question. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. Bankai 922, another anime series in the books. Probably how this is going to go down is when I get most of them done. To Love Ru, I don't think is over yet. I think that's up in the air. But there's there's actually two from the spring that I need to do. One being a show, an anime, that wasn't originally finished, and I had to wait on it. And another one that is finished. Of course, I'm talking about Nine Nights of Sidonia Season 2 and Blood Blockade. I will get to those eventually. So, with this over, all that's left now to do, Fate Ilya, School Life, Jitsu wa Watashi wa, that's vampire romance comedy, and some, not including Gangster. So that's like about 5. But Soma is going to be, and so is School Life. That's going to be last because those are a lot of episodes to watch. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Bankai 922. I'll see you guys later. Another video coming in. I'm gonna upload them tonight. I'm uploading it tonight. I didn't get a chance to do it. My Baruto review. Yeah. I will try to upload that along with doing Torah episode review. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.